ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
We are ready to go for your Friday. Welcome in. It's The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Thank you for being with me today. We're going to get you updated on everything happening today. Our text line this hour is going to be 304-396-TALK. That's 304-396-8255. We've got a couple of high school games we're going to check in on tonight. We'll hear from Dicky Martin in just a few minutes. Ashland's at Greenup County tonight. We'll have that game on our sister station, and that's going to be on Cat Sports 93.3 and 1340. Now, I am aware right now that we've got power outages across the tri-state because of the storm that just went through earlier. So depending on where you're at, you might want to listen to the game on the stream tonight. So let me give you some quick tips on how to do that. If you don't have internet at the house, but you've got your mobile device and it's a smartphone, you can download the app. Just go to your app store, or you can even go on the web browser. If you have internet connectivity on your smartphone, you should be able to go to the web browser and go to the website. And for that particular game, catsports933.com. Download the app. It's going to have a link right there. Or you can go to your app store and do a search for Cat Sports 93.3. And you can find the app, download it. You can listen to the game on your smartphone tonight. So if you don't have, for example, radio coverage tonight, because we get power outages across the tri-state, you can be able to do that. And the same thing for the game tonight with Spring Valley and George Washington. That's on 92.7 and 98.5 The Planet. But again, we've got some power issues going on across the tri-state tonight. So if you can't get radio coverage tonight, you can pull it up on the app, and you can search for 92.7, 98.5 The Planet, and you can get the app on your phone as well. So you should be covered tonight if you're looking to listen to some of the games. And I hope that if you have internet connectivity on your smartphone, you got enough battery power, you can just spend a few hours listening to the radio. And hopefully for those of you that don't have electricity right now, I know that's impacting a lot of people in our area. I hope that we can give you a few hours at least of entertainment. So we're going to talk to Dicky in a few minutes, and then a little bit later on, Matt Perry is going to join us, and he's going to tell us more about Spring Valley and George Washington. And if you can join the program tonight, you can text in. Again, that number is 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That's our text line to be a part of the show every day. We're going to get you caught up in everything that's happening this weekend with the Thundering Herd. Obviously, we've got a lot of events going on. I know one of the things that I was worried about early, and hopefully that's not going to be an issue because I think we're going to be clear, is, of course, there are going to be cancellations. There's going to be lightning delays all across the country, I'm sure, for sporting events, depending on where you're at right now. We seem to be in the clear at the moment, at least according to the window I look outside here on Friday, February 27th at 5:09 p.m. Eastern Time, for those of you listening live. And so no big concern there, but I don't know if you saw what happened. App State and Liberty can't play. They had to cancel that game. And several sporting events are being canceled across the board for, I believe it was, I think it was Georgia Southern as well. So the App State Liberty football game canceled, and that's because of the impacts to the entire area because of the weather. And that includes the campus, that includes Boone, that includes the surrounding area caused by the hurricane. And so the game's not going to be rescheduled. They've canceled some other events as well. And thankfully, this hasn't been something that has been too detrimental. I'll take a canceled football game, and let's leave it at that. I'll definitely get over that real quick, just because the damage has been so crazy right now across parts of the country. So I know a few other sporting events have been canceled as well. I don't think we've got anything hit here locally as far as games that we're looking out for, but a lot of Georgia Southern events canceled, again, because of the weather. and that means Olympic sports as well. The football game's probably the biggest one on Saturday, but a lot of the Olympic sports got hit as well from that standpoint. It's just insane how fast this thing went through as well. So hopefully we're over most of it and we can get everything back in its proper place. And I know it's been tough for a lot of people. Power issues, power bumps across the tri-state. So if you can join us tonight, we appreciate it. If not, sit back and listen. We'll keep you entertained. But if you can join us tonight, our text line again one more time, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. I want to get into as well later on, where's Texas State going to go? Texas State going to be a Pac-12 school? Is Texas State going to be a Mountain West team? I'm curious, and I'm not actually sad about this. Texas State's a fine program, fine Sun Belt school. I'm just not sad about it. If Texas State leaves, I hope that maybe the Sun Belt picks up a program that fits the footprint just as well as it did a few years ago, and maybe you can eliminate the further trip to Texas. I think that's going to maybe help solidify this league a little bit more. You make a smart decision. You bring another team in that wants to make the move to the Sun Belt. I don't think Liberty would be an instant target, would they? A lot of dominoes have got to fall first. And I think the good news with the American pretty much staying put with its teams is that the Sun Belt's going to pretty much stay put with its teams. And I like the configuration of the Sun Belt right now. And honestly, I think I like the configuration of the American. It's all right as well. It seems to fit a little bit better than previous attempts. And, of course, to me, the American is just another version of Conference USA, the older version of Conference USA, missing a few teams. Obviously, the Sun Belt, everything seems to fit. We like the competition. We like the teams that are in this league. We like the travel. We like the rivalries that are forming. And hopefully the Sun Belt doesn't have to really answer the call. Maybe it can strategically add. But Texas State, I could see that. Toledo and Northern Illinois have been targeted as well out of the Mid-American Conference. And that's not a bad idea if you're trying to improve your football footprint. Northern Illinois, I don't know if Northern Illinois and Toledo, other than just the quality of football, bring you anything as far as media value to the brand. I mean, be good football. And if that's what you're trying to do, you're trying to solidify and fortify when it comes to the actual quality of the football, then I think you'd be okay there with Toledo and Northern Illinois. I don't have anything really against those programs. Toledo is a program that I like the Herd playing now and then. It's not a bad program. And Northern Illinois, again, has really put itself in a position to be a competitive program. I'd hate to see the MAC picked apart a little bit, though. And then there was that push that Western Kentucky was looking for a proper landing spot, and the Mid-American Conference was there, but Middle Tennessee didn't want to go. And so that kind of left Western Kentucky out in the cold. Would the Mid-American Conference start cherry-picking a little bit and say, look, things are actually better over here, and could maybe Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee be possible candidates? It's curious to start playing through some of these scenarios again. But, yeah, those are the targets right now, it seems. Toledo, Northern Illinois. And, of course, that's after some of the other Mountain West teams said, no, we're going to stay. And, of course, some of the teams that were targeted out of the American said, no, we're going to stay. So, real quick, it's going to be a fight to see which league can solidify itself quicker and with the better teams. And, obviously, surprise opening salvo by the Pac-12 trying to put itself back together. We turn our attention to high school football when we continue. Let's speak to Dicky Martin. He'll get us caught up on everything that's happening between Ashland and Greenup County tonight. And then later on, we'll hear from Matt Perry. We've got Spring Valley and George Washington coming up tonight. Hey, don't forget Cabell Midland and Hurricane tonight. That game's on the road. That's going to be on our sister station, 97.9 The River. So we got a lot of high school football across the tri-state tonight. We got baseball coming up tonight right here on ESPN, 94.1 and AM 930. And then immediately following the Pirates game, we're going to go right into Fred Persinger and high school game night. So We'll get you caught up on all the score. Keep it right here after the baseball game. High school game night coming up. We go on the air early at 9:30 with game night, depending on when the game ends usually. 10 o'clock straight up. That's usually when game night begins in earnest. So we've got you covered tonight, all your high school football scores after the game right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. When we continue, Dicky Martin joins us. We'll talk to him about Ashland and Greenup County, and later on, Matt Perry joins us for a preview of Spring Valley and George Washington right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Metro Community Federal Credit Union has been serving the Huntington community for 70 years and is proud to announce our newest location in Lavallette is now open. Wayne County residents, you now have access to a modern banking facility, a full range of services, advanced technology, expert financial advice, and even a smart coffee kiosk cafe. Learn more about Metro Community Federal Credit Union online at metrocommunityfcu.com or visit us today on 5th Street Road.
Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the tri-state. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kenny Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year again, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Hey, it's Lex and Terry, K&B Pest Control, locally owned and operated in Huntington, West Virginia, serving the tri-state.
Man, these guys are great. They do residential and commercial, indoor, outdoor, free estimates. These guys are the best, I'm telling you.
This is when the critters come out. High customer ratings, satisfaction guaranteed, large fleet, crew, meaning same-day appointments, and quick service.
All you got to do is pick up your phone and call Patrick, the owner. Okay, that's what you got to do. Or Becca. They're standing by to take care of you guys. It's knbpestcontrol.com online. And give them a call, man. They got a great Facebook page. Go ahead and like it. They got a phone number. We'll give you that. Why not? It's free. 304-523-4281.
Or go to knbpestcontrol.com. They will tell you what everything looks like, what you're looking for, if you're getting a pest problem, and get on top of it. They're the best. Make sure you call Patrick once again, who is very passionate about his pest control, or Becca. K&B Pest Control. They'll kill for your business.
Trust the guys with over 40 years of experience at K&B Pest Control.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain.
But we don't speak Spanish.
So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks. Babbel's conversational method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado para ir a España contigo.
Aw, he just said, I'm very excited to go to Spain with you. Nos vamos a divertir mucho.
And that means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sí. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
You're listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Winner of the 2024 West Virginia Broadcasters Association Excellence in Broadcasting Award for Best Talk Show.
Welcome back to this Friday edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. It's a busy high school football Friday night. Coming up tonight on our sister station, and hopefully we've got the power back on at the time of air, but if not, we got you covered on our internet stream. We'll tell you more about that here in a second. Dicky Martin joins us as Ashland takes on Greenup County tonight, and Dicky, first and foremost, good to talk to you again. Hopefully everything is well with you. As
Yeah, it was a really, really bad storm this afternoon. I hope everybody's doing okay. wasn't too much destruction, but that was a terrible, terrible storm this afternoon.
Sure was. I don't know what Ashland looked like, but I know there were several
Well,
down
I know
trees.
at my house we still don't have power at my house, and a lot of South Ashland is still without power, and they've closed Central Park through the weekend and trees down and stuff. So it's been quite a mess down this end of the tri-state.
Yeah, mess up this way as well. Dicky Martin's with us. He's on the road right now, heading.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
Speaking of that,
yes, sir.
We don't have any power on our poor radio station, do we?
No, not this moment, and unfortunately, that's going to impact a lot of people. But we do have a workaround.
Yeah.
If you've got power, you get your mobile phone, you got power. All you need to do is listen to us on the app. You can download it on the App Store right now. Go to catsports933.com. If you've got that capability, you can listen to it on the website. You can download the app. If you've got internet connectivity wherever you're at, you can use the Amazon skill. So you can stream the game. We'll still be able to give you the game, stream it. You just won't be able to pull it up my favorite way, and that's the old-fashioned way with the radio, sir. But we do have the game broadcast, so we won't miss the game. It's just going to be a little bit different for folks who are maybe used to tuning into you on the radio, the good old way.
Yeah, and there's thousands of them, but that's okay. We'll get through it somehow tonight.
Hey, let me tell you, I think people will find a way to get to that internet stream tonight. Trust me.
Probably so.
I see how many people log in on a Friday night. They know how to get there. So let's hope that the power comes back on for a lot of people in the tri-state and they get to enjoy the game. We've got Ashland.
At least by 7:30 anyway.
Right, exactly. I mean, I want to hear you by 7:30. I'll tune in early, though. I'll tune in at 7 to hear your pregame.
There you go.
But Ashland, Greenup County tonight. Let's go back a week before we talk about that. Ashland Russell last week. That's one I always circle. What'd you think? How would you evaluate the Cats after that one?
Well, let's give Ashland credit. They did what they had to do. They came out Russell early and often and depleted them and just kind of cruised in. Tomcats are playing, they're getting better and better and better every week. And that's what you strive for when you win 4 out of your first 5. And that's a good thing because now you're into what I always call district tournament time. Even though it's September and October, it's like March in basketball because you got to win your district to move up in the RPI and have some home games in the playoffs. So it's basically tournament time. You got to win these. You got to win these regular season district games.
We go into a game tonight with Greenup County. They're undefeated. What does the scoreboard say about them that's true, and then what is it about them that maybe the scoreboard doesn't tell us?
Last year they were 4-1 when they played us, and we thumped them pretty good. Their schedule is not what kind of schedule that Ashland plays, okay? Not nearly the strength of schedule that Ashland plays. But, they've got a good football team. They returned a lot of players. They got a terrific quarterback in Salmons. And they're a good football team, and I think it's going to be another game when the Tomcats are going to get out on them early and often and show them who's boss, basically. We haven't lost to Greenup in 25 straight years. 1999 was the last time Greenup beat us. So it's been a while.
It's been a while. Of course, that was a 38-7 victory, Dicky Martin. Now, I did my research and homework today, so
there you go. There you go.
And some of these games have been competitive, but for the most part, there's a long streak there. So how much pressure's on these kids to kind of keep that tradition going? Because you hate to be the team that loses to Greenup.
Yeah, I know, and I don't really think that comes into play. I don't really think I know Coach Tackett doesn't talk about it. Broadcasters will and press people will and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think the kids pay any attention to it. They just know they got to go out, win the district game to be able to move up in the RPI rankings and have a home playoff game come November.
Dicky Martin's with us. We've got the game coming up tonight for you. If the power comes back on, it'll be over the air. If not, go to our website, catsports933.com. You can stream it on the app. You can stream it on your Alexa device. You can also stream it on the website. looking at the rankings this week. I know RPI means a lot more, but looking at the poll, Ashland is 6th this week. You got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, they're doing fine. And as the teams that we've beaten start winning some games, our RPI will continue to rise. And as we continue to win, our RPI will continue to rise. So I think we're in a pretty good shot right now. I don't think we can get to number 1 or number 2. I don't think. Might be able to. But we can get in the top 3 or 4 anyway, and that'll give us a good chance to have a home football playoff game or 2 or 3.
If you're in, you can win. And looks like right now the Tomcats have got a shot to be in. So everything's good. I know rankings and seeding matter, but if you're in, you got a shot to win. And, of course, this is first road game in a little bit. The Tomcats have had the luxury of being home for the last 3 games, and then this is the start of 2 on the road, and then you round things out with 2 at home, and then the final game on the road. So I can't believe we're already at this point of the season for the schedule, Dicky.
Yeah, midway through the regular season, hard to believe, but hopefully we're going to be playing 3 or 4 or 5 home playoff games. That would be really nice.
That definitely would be nice. So as you look at this team and you evaluate where the Tomcats are at right now, yes, any pleasant surprises for you as far as who stood out, who's maybe contributed that you weren't expecting to?
Well, I think we've got several kids that have stood out so far. One of them is Cam Davis, our junior wideout, running back, punter, punt returner, kick returner. He has really been quite an athlete for us. I mean, he is quite an athlete, and he'll play at the next level, no question. He's been a very, very pleasant surprise, and if you add him to the stable of thoroughbreds we got back there in Ashby and Jennings and Strader, we got some thoroughbreds back there, and they can play, and they're very skilled and very quick, very speedy. So I don't worry about that too much. Our defense, I think, above everything, has been, since game 1 to week 5, has been just outstanding. We really swarm to the football now, and it's, we're holding teams to 10 points a game. So, that's pretty good defense if you could do that. So I'm impressed with our defense and how we handle other teams' running game or passing game or whatever it may be. Our defense is playing very, very well.
I want to see Davis throw a pass to himself. He hasn't done that yet, has he?
I think he could probably throw a pass. I'm not sure he could throw it to himself, but I think he could throw a pass. What if
it was a trick play and then Strader just flipped it over to him? Who would he target? Who do you think he'd go for?
Probably Lions or Wolf, probably.
Just make sure you go with the sure hands. Make the guy look good, right?
Hey, there you go.
Dicky Martin's with us, and of course, again, he'll have the call tonight. Don't worry. I know the power outages and the weather has gone through, and it's wreaked havoc in the tri-state. We're going to dig out of that and clean up, obviously. And if you'd like to listen to Dicky tonight, and you don't have radio coverage, don't worry. We've got you covered. And again, let me stress that one more time, and I'll tell everyone for the rest of the evening.
Please do.
Go to the website, Cat Sports 93.3, if you've got that ability. You can also do that on your phone. Or you can go to your app store on your phone. If you've got any internet connectivity whatsoever on your phone, you can get the app, you can download it, and you can stream the game. You can listen to it right there, so you'll be covered. And, of course, if you do have power and internet connectivity at your house, you can listen to it on your desktop. If you've got an Amazon device, you can connect there as well. Just go to our website. We've got all the links. And then you can listen to Dicky all night long as hopefully Ashland beats Greenup County, and he brings home another victory for the Tomcats.
Well, let's hope so, Chief.
Hey, we've been pretty
arriving
lucky.
at Greenup, and it's pouring the rain.
Oh,
I
no.
just thought I'd tell you.
Oh, no. We've been pretty lucky tonight,
pouring the rain right now.
Yes, sir. I think we haven't had too many misfires this year with us. Only the one, and that was a really close game as well with Harvest Prep. Dicky Martin, my guest.
So
go ahead, sir.
Go
ahead. You were going to say something? Go ahead.
No, I just said it's pouring the rain right now, so I don't know. I don't know about this game or not. I'm really surprised we're kind of playing, to be honest with you. They don't have turf. It's a grass field, so it'll be nothing but slop and mud, and it's pouring the rain right now. So there you got.
Let me ask you, do you anticipate them just getting to a point where they go, no, I don't think we're going to do this, or are we pretty much committed?
Well, I mean,
you're here, you're there.
We're there, and the Tomcats are on their way, so, if we have to come back tomorrow or Sunday, it's the way it is. But, I mean, it is a real downpour here in Greenup right now. Who does that help more with the terrible turf?
I'm sorry? Who does this help more?
I don't think it. I don't really. I used to say it probably slows quicker teams down, but if you're not quick to begin with, then you get even slower. So I don't really think it affects either team. I think the only effect it'll have is you got to hang on to the football. You can't have turnovers. Got to hang on to that football.
Dicky Martin's with us tonight. Again, Ashland at Greenup County. Go to our website, catsports933.com, and you can stream the game. We've got multiple ways for you. Hopefully, Dicky will stay dry. Don't melt, brother. Hope you stay wet. I hope you stay dry and not too wet tonight.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's Dicky Martin, everyone. When we continue, Matt Perry, Spring Valley, taking on George Washington. We'll get an update from him when we continue on this edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with kids, finances, insurance, and life? Well, let your State Farm agent help you simplify and get to a better state. With State Farm handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too. Adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and help you get ahead. Call an agent today and get to a better state with State Farm. In Huntington, Ray Crabtree, 304-736-8181. In Milton, Russ McRae, 304-743-9318. And in Lavalette, Jason Elkins, 304-529-7555.
At Poca Valley Bank, a handshake can still mean the start of a great relationship. We've been greeting customers with a handshake since 1908. Why settle for less? If you're purchasing your first home or planning for your future, Poca Valley Bank is here to support you with personalized service and local expertise. They are your trusted advisors. Why settle for less when you can experience banking with a team that truly cares? Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Visit PocaValleyBank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Save big money on everything for your painting and staining projects now at Menards. Add beautiful color to your projects with Minwax water-based wood stain. This penetrating stain delivers color that showcases wood grain in one single coat and dries in 1 hour. Don't forget to check out Minwax's Color of the Year for 2025, Violet. In-store and online at Menards.com. Plus, view the weekly flyer for many more great deals going on now.
Save big money at Menards.
Our Kindred Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Ohio Valley Bank, dedicated to giving you the financial answers you deserve. Member FDIC. Carmichael Sales, carrying a great selection of used tractors, hay, and tillage equipment. 798 Pinecrest Drive, Jackson Pike. Secure Construction Company in Huntington. Secure Construction is home improvement in secure hands. SecureConstruction.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Herdtoberfest is back. Join Marshall Athletics and Marshall Soccer this Sunday, September 29th, between the women's and men's soccer matches. Enjoy a live DJ, inflatables, a Steve Cottonwood carving station, temporary tattoos, cold beverages, great food, and fun. Herdtoberfest kicks off after the Marshall women's match that starts at 1. Then the top 10 men start at 4:30. Herdtoberfest this Sunday from Marshall Athletics, Marshall Soccer, and Kindred Communications. Tickets and more at herdzone.com.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We continue on with this Friday edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Hopefully the weather's going to hold and we get some football games in tonight. Coming up next is Matt Perry. He joins us now. We're going to talk about Spring Valley and George Washington. The Timberwolves are ranked 16 in Class AAA, while in Class 4A, Quad A. I'm not calling it Quad A, Matt. It is George Washington, number 5 in the great state of West Virginia. Quad A. It just does not roll off the tongue. Quad A.
No, it does not. You are right.
I'll refer to it the way that Fred Persinger, High School Game Night, refers to it. I'll just bite the bullet. If he says quad, I'll say quad.
I mean, it's usually a good idea to just go with what he says.
How you been? Matt Perry's with us. How you been, brother?
I'm doing okay, man. Excited to call this game tonight. Last week, Spring Valley finally showed the type of team that they're capable of being in a rivalry game. Handedly beat the Knights of Cabell Midland. And we talked about in the pregame, you and I, how if Spring Valley could stop the run and not turn the ball over, they would win that ball game. And they were 2 for 2 in that regard. Now, Cabell Midland did move the ball a little bit, but nothing like Jefferson and Hurricane moved the ball on Spring Valley. The defense was more of a bend, don't break, but they didn't break like they did against Jefferson and Hurricane, and limited Cabell Midland to two touchdowns and not turn the ball over at all. Liam McGuire played his best game of his senior season, protecting the ball and doing a great job through the air and on the ground. And Miguel Kane continued being the rock in the backfield, carrying the ball for nearly 200 yards.
Another challenge tonight, and I'm sure there are going to be multiple challenges, as tonight the opponent is George Washington. This game is challenging from several points of view. First of all, you hope that win against Cabell Midland, you don't have that hangover. You beat a rival, then you get into a game with a tough opponent like George Washington. Also, weather and field conditions. That's been an issue across the area for several hours. Power outages, just crazy weather events happening with the hurricane coming through. There are a lot of people still without power. I don't know what the situation is going to be at the high school with the condition of everything, but we got a football game tonight, so I don't know how that's going to play into this one, but I'm sure it's going to be a challenge.
Well, the school kept power all throughout the day. There was some limited outages throughout the Sweeta-Canova area, but luckily it didn't reach out to Spring Valley. The advantage is to Spring Valley. At the end of the year, we always talk about this. Teams come in and they complain, oh, man, we got to play in the mud bowl. We got to play in the grass. There's a reason that head coach Brad Dingus has never wanted to install field turf. And it is because Spring Valley knows how to play on the grass. They know how to play in the mud. And it's going to play into what Valley likes to do. They're going to hand the ball off a whole lot to their running backs tonight if I were a betting man. And I definitely see this being a traditional Spring Valley type of game. They're going to want to establish the run and play clock control tonight.
And with the weather conditions being what they are, that's not a bad idea as well. Play clock control if you can. Run this game out fast as you can, get away with the victory. But I don't know. Yeah,
because we're in the middle of a downpour, Paul. Getting ready to reach the stadium, and it is absolutely just coming down. So it's even going to be wetter, and it's going to be about ball control. It's going to be about who can protect the football and who can control the running game, because it's not to say they're not going to pass the ball at all, but throwing the ball is going to be a tricky proposition this evening.
And that's funny because I know right now I'm looking outside the studio window, and it's a little overcast, but it's still clear. And then you've got rain at Spring Valley. Dicky Martin, who is heading to Greenup County, arriving there. They've got rain now. So we've got more of this stuff coming through the tri-state as we speak. and it's just interesting and insane at the same time to see how fast this is moving through and where it's hitting and where it's not right now. I mean, I've got nice for the afternoon. It's okay outside right now. You've got rain.
Yeah, it's been very interesting throughout the day. Been following the weather, and Eastern Kentucky, where I work, it got hammered. A lot of high winds, a lot of damaging winds, and raining in torrents. And then I look at CK, and we did get some high winds as well, but nothing compared to what took place about an hour down the road. And it's going to be interesting to see what this last little surge does. Hopefully it doesn't affect too many high school football games across the region tonight. And hopefully, and selfishly for the Spring Valley Timberwolves, I hope the power stays on and we can clear this up, because I don't feel like walking through the rain.
Matt Perry not wanting to get wet. What is with the broadcasters tonight? Just not wanting to get wet. Come on, it's football weather, right? It's rainy.
Listen,
come on, it's cold. It's football weather.
We're simple creatures. There's a reason that we like the press box.
Because it's warm, right? It's it's comfortable. It's dry. Yeah, I get that.
Because we laugh at all the people sitting in the stands that are miserable, whether it be cold or pouring the rain, and it's very rare that we that myself, I get to feel like, haha, sucks to be them. But that's one of the few times in life that I feel, yeah, I'm important. I'm in the press box, that type of thing.
Matt Perry on the Spring Valley broadcast tonight, making friends with everyone in the tri-state with his superiority. The good news is the flash flood warning is over now until another one's issued, but that was about 5:30 when they issued the flash flood warning, so everyone should be hopefully good to get to the game tonight if they're coming. Yeah, I mean, I'm crossing over 12 pole right now, and it's still where it belongs, so that's a good sign. Matt Perry with us. You stayed comfy and dry in that press box tonight, Mr. I'm important. You stay comfy up there. I just hope they don't mob you afterwards, for these comments tonight. There's so few times in life that I can feel somewhat like what's the word I'm looking for? Not special, but superior. Not superior. I would never say that. I am not superior, but where I actually get lucky, and I luck out, and it's when I'm broadcasting and I get to sit in the press box. Except last year when I went to GW and Mike and I had to sit in the stands and call the game in a little tent in a driving rainstorm. Not going to let that one go away, are you? No, I sent a message to a GW broadcaster, and I said #never forget. Is that broadcaster going to remain anonymous, or are we going to say his name? Oh, it's Spanky. Yeah, it's Adam Rogers. It's Spanky. Yeah, Spanky got a nice message today, and I said, well, #never forget. And I got a long memory. He used to be. It was cold. He used to be an intern and producer for this show. You know that, right? I know. Yeah. He produced actually our state championship radio broadcast that we did. Oh man, 2015 or 16. So yeah, we went up to Wheeling together. But and I thought we were cool. And then I show up at GW and they're like, "Oh, we gave away your spot. Go stand in the stands and call a football game." And I was like, "All right, buddy, you're on the list forever." That's why you need to stay humble. You thought you were cool. You need to stay humble, and you get further if you stay humble. Just remember. No, I didn't think I'm personally not cool. I thought Spanky and I were on good terms, but he big leagued me. Stay humble, brother. Stay humble. Stay humble. That's all you have to do. Stay humble. Yeah. That's it. I mean, just stay humble, and these things won't happen to you as much. I got humbled. That's for sure. My friend, Matt Perry, who is with us now, who is also a Bengals fan, so he's definitely humbled every single Sunday. Can we not talk about that over the air? Kind of what we do. We do a sports talk show. We talk about these things. We have to own it. Well, we have to own it. I'll have to. It's just very. It's very disheartening. Being a Bengals fan. You must hate tuning in when I do the Bengals Rewind as well. You must hate that feature. As much as I love your work and I listen to The Drive all the time, this season I haven't listened to a Bengals Rewind because I don't want to relive it. That's funny. A lot of people have told me that as well. They love the feature, just don't want to listen to it because they don't want to relive it.
just they are so out of whack and disorganized. I don't know if it, you can say maybe it's all this contract talk with Chase and Higgins, or, just quite frankly, their defense is horrendous. And it showed on Monday night. They have a terrible defense. And if they don't get that fixed, I mean, not even Joe Burrow, with how well he played and that offense played, they're not going to outscore many teams.
Matt Perry's with us. Don't forget, he's got the game tonight. We actually have him on for a reason. It's Spring Valley and George Washington. You can listen to that tonight. Now, again, let me preface this by saying, throughout the Tri-State, there are a lot of power outages and a lot of downed trees, and this is some big mess tonight because of the hurricane. And so if you don't have radio coverage of this one tonight, you can listen to it on your smart device. If you've got internet connectivity, you can listen to this game. You can head over to the Planet website, or you can do a search for the app in your app store, 92.7, 98.5, The Planet. Download it. You'll have it on your smartphone, and then you can listen to the game tonight. Matt will be on the call.
I love that you brought that up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, because we want people to listen and tune in.
Well, every week I get messages of how can I listen to the game? How can I listen to the game? People send me Facebook messages, and the app is the easiest way. You could be anywhere. I have people that listen in Florida, alumni from Spring Valley that listen throughout the country, and they always message me and say how awesome it is. The Planet app works great. It's an awesome thing, and definitely download that.
And it's free.
Okay, sure.
Absolutely free. You can listen to it 100% on the.
I didn't block anybody in.
Okay, you got a lot going on in the background there.
I do.
You need to go,
yeah,
Matt? I mean, you need to go. You big time me now? You need to go?
I would never big time you. I'm not Spanky.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You're not Adam Rogers. Fair enough. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good game tonight.
Hey, I appreciate you, and always love being on here, so thanks for the time.
All right, buddy. Good talking to you. That's Matt Perry. We have a good time when we talk to Matt. Quick timeout. We'll get your text in, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
On a new bathroom or remodel your old one with the latest up-to-date bathroom fixtures from Mutual Wholesalers, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Come in today to Mutual Wholesalers' beautiful showroom and see how your new bathroom will look. Check out Acre by Max. Have a new bathroom this year. Mutual Wholesalers, locally owned and operated, 710 5th Street, Huntington. Call 304-525-9118.
Hey, Tri-State, there is a place to shop at. The Huntington's Peddlers Mall is now open in the historic Central City District in Huntington. Over 200 vendors specializing in vintage antiques, home decor, furniture, collectibles, new mattresses, and everything in between. Peddlers Mall, located 800 14th Street West in Huntington. It's the place to go. Open 7 days a week. Visit anytime. Check out the website, peddlersmall.com, for more information. It's the Tri-State place to shop, Huntington's Peddlers Mall. Are you tired of the blazing sun beating down on you while you drive? Well, say goodbye to heat and glare with ProTint, your Lumar Formula One tint installer. ProTint's premier window tinting not only keeps you cool and comfortable, but also protects your vehicle's interior from fading and cracking. ProTint guarantees a flawless installation every time. Choose ProTint for a sleek, stylish look, unbeatable UV protection, and customer service. Visit WV ProTint on Facebook today.
Stalwart Insurance is the name for insurance in the Tri-State. They are committed to delivering tailored benefit solutions with thoughtful, strategic planning with valuable professional services. Stop by or call Stalwart Insurance for your homeowner's insurance needs. Stalwart Insurance is located right beside Kitty Queen Hardware on Route 10 in Barbersville. Call Stalwart Insurance anytime at 304-552-3883. That's 304-552-3883. Or visit them online at stalwartinsurance.com.
Hey Tri-State, Frank's Place is where friends hang out with friends. Stop on by for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and a lot of daily specials. It's that time of year again, football season. Frank's has you covered from Marshall, WVU, the rest of college football to the NFL. First responders, stop by Frank's Place and check out the specials they have for you. Frank's Place, located at the River Place Plaza, next to Fratelli's. Check them out on Facebook for weekly updates and specials. Frank's Place, your home away from home.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even. Like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine.
Not fun.
Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
This is The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We continue on with today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 with our text line this hour being 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We're almost here to game day. We're almost there. Before you know it, it'll be 12:30. I'll be over at the West Lot tomorrow. We'll be talking about the game. We invite you to tune in for college football today. It is brought to you by West Virginia and Appalachian Labor's District Council, and it's presented by LaUna, your workforce solution, WVLDC.org. So looking forward to seeing all of you there. Brave the weather tomorrow. Should be a good game. Marshall and Western Michigan, if we can play this thing. Texter writes in just now and asks Paul, I got a real question for you, is how the weather's going to affect their herd tomorrow, because it's definitely going to rain, no doubt. I think Marshall has a good game plan. I know Coach Huff has got a strategy when it comes to how to handle the weather. Last time with Stony Brook, I thought Marshall handled it well. And be honest with you, after Marshall went in because of the lightning delay and then came back out, I thought Marshall had a better handle of it. So I'm not worried about the elements and the weather. The field should be fine, so that's not going to be an issue. Again, this isn't like high school football where it's going to be muddy and they wet the field sometimes to slow it down for teams. At the same time, I know that's going to be a concern for a lot of people. The weather might zap the energy a little bit from the fans that maybe don't want to come out and sit in the elements for several hours. So the crowd might be impacted a little bit. That might be a concern. As far as the game plan is concerned, I think Marshall isn't going to just pass. So you might see a little bit more use of the run game. And it impacts both teams as well. Should be a physical contest to begin with. I don't think that this plays into any advantage for either team. I think both teams are, I don't want to say equally matched. I'm hoping the herd's better, but I think that both teams are comparable. I'm not too worried about how the weather is going to impact the game tomorrow. I think the only thing I'm concerned about is the conditions and if it's playable. Not if you're playing in the rain, but can you play? You know, we're going to have thunderstorms, we're going to have lightning delays, we're going to have strange weather occurrences like that that's going to impact the game. So those are probably my biggest concerns. And, of course, the crowd. That's always going to impact the crowd. Back to our text line. Texter writes in and says, Paul, Matt doesn't sound like a baller. I don't think he was a baller. See what I can read of your question on the air. No, I don't think he was on the Marshall cheer squad as well. And I will confirm that. I'll ask, though. I don't think he was one of those student athletes that were in the cheer squad. No, okay. That's pretty much all I think I could read of that one. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. He's not a baller. I don't think he's a baller. I think he likes soccer, though. I believe if you want to call him a baller, it's soccer. I believe he likes the soccer a lot. Matt Perry does a great job for us, and you can tune in tonight on the Spring Valley broadcast versus George Washington. And depending on where we're at as far as weather conditions and power, if you don't have radio coverage, you can stream the game on our website, 92.7 and 98.5. The Planet has a website, and you can also download the app, get it on the App Store. You can stream it live on your phone or your tablet, or if you've got your desktop up, you can listen to it on your laptop as well. So we've got coverage of the game coming up tonight. And we've got coverage of the game coming up tomorrow as Marshall will take on Western Michigan. We're going to be at the stadium, go on the air at 12:30 with our pregame coverage. Then after the game, don't worry, we'll still continue to be here. We'll have our postgame coverage with Giovanni's 20th Street College football wrap-up, where we'll talk about the game. Hopefully it's a Marshall victory that we're talking about tomorrow. And, of course, we'll take your texts. We'll take your phone calls. We'll get your shout-outs in as well. And if you don't know how to do the shout-out, it's real simple. I've been talking about apps all day long here. Get our app. Download it. It is simple. It is at WRVC.com, and then on the app, you can send a voice shout-out. We'll have shout-outs tomorrow. We'll have your phone calls. We'll have your text. All of that coming up tomorrow right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 and on 93.7 The Dog. Baseball action coming up tonight. The Pirates, we're a few days away from it being the end of baseball season for the majority of teams, including the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we've got coverage of the Pirates coming up tonight. That will be a 6:40 airtime, 7:05 first pitch. That game coming up tonight. After the game, we'll go right into high school game night with Fred Persinger. So we've got you covered tonight right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930 as the Pirates are wrapping up the season with the New York Yankees. And, of course, several games tonight as well. Cleveland's in action tonight against Houston. That's coming up tonight. That's going to be a 7:05 first pitch. So it's going to be an interesting next few days as the playoffs are about ready to begin. The thing I'm probably going to be keeping an eye on the most is not baseball. Actually, it's going to be college football because I'm curious to see how this plays out the next few days with college football realignment. It's not going anywhere, and Texas State could be in the driver's seat for at least one of the two West Coast conferences. Soccer in action this weekend as well. Don't forget that. That's coming up on Sunday. That's going to be Herdtoberfest, so there's going to be a lot of festivities going on with soccer. So you got a lot to hopefully get to this weekend. If the weather holds out, we've got football tomorrow. Listen to it right here if you can't make it on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. And, of course, on 93.7 The Dog. Looking forward to it. But if you can make it, come by our tent, wave, let us know that you're there. We'd love to see you. That's going to do it for this edition. I want to thank my guest tonight, Dicky Martin. We appreciate him being on the program tonight. He's got Ashland at Greenup County tonight. And, of course, Matt Perry, Spring Valley, and George Washington. And don't forget, Cabell Midland and Hurricane tonight. That's coming up on 97.9 The River. I'll be back with you tomorrow. We'll have fun. Hopefully it's a Marshall win, and we'll have a really great postgame. That's my hope. Let's find out if it happens. We'll do it tomorrow. Until then, have a great night, everyone.
Retransmitting in glorious FM on 94.1 W227BS Huntington. This is 930 WRVC Huntington, celebrating 100 years of broadcasting.